Welcome to Find Your Outdoors. I'm your host, Frank Willem. This week we're in the woods of southeast Mississippi on a late spring turkey hunt. We joined Find Your Outdoors Pro-Staff member Ryan Fiveash and his good friend Matt Pitts as they set out to try to bag Ryan's first ever turkey. And later, we joined Steve Rouse at Southern Hunts for a good old greenhead duck shoot. Let's get out to Ryan and Matt.
During this episode, we're in South Mississippi. I'm with my good buddy Matt Pitts, and we're trying to kill a turkey down here. I've been trying to kill turkey here for the last few years, and we haven't had much luck. We're hoping today that we'll have some luck, and I can get on my first turkey.
So when Ryan called me to go on this hunt with Find Your Outdoors, I was super excited just because, get a chance to go hunt with my buddy. I've known him for forever. So when he called and said, hey, you want to go see if we can kill a turkey? I said, I'd be more than happy. I love it. I'd love to do that.
So on the first day we got out there, and we got out there and we started hitting a couple of calls just to see if we could just try to locate one. And right off the bat, we heard one really, it wasn't too close to us, but it was in walking distance, so we decided to give him a shot. Well, we headed our way toward this turkey, and we got a little bit closer. We was trying to find a good setup. The terrain was kind of tight, so we got a little bit closer and a little bit closer, and he was hollering back at us about every time that we called at him.
So this morning, going to a place I've never been before, but we had people gone in there and said they seen turkeys, heard turkeys, knew turkeys were in the area, but we weren't real sure exactly where the birds were. So when we got there, first thing, we're standing around listening, just hoping to hear a turkey gobble, trying to do a few, spook calls, trying to get one to shot gobble, some howling. When we finally did hear one, we had a good idea about where it was. So what we were doing was we were actually kind of scouting, kind of doing, a seek and destroy type mission thing where if we know about where the bird is, we hear him gobble, so we're in the general area. So when we did hear him, we knew where we needed to be and what we needed to do.
Why don't you take a walk that direction and try to get closer to the wood line or around some sand? See if you can find any tracks.
We're not going to see any this morning.
You ain't gonna think we see anything, even if it's old.
No, because it rained last night.
I know, but it don't
everything
get
up.
it's not everything.
Yeah.
I've seen turkey tracks after the rain.
You don't see them this morning.
Too much rain?
Yeah. The only thing you see this morning is little toenails.
Maybe still in there.
There's a bunch of chickens over there.
Look, coyote fox going across the top. Very top. He just went to the right of the signs.
In case you're wondering, turkey hunting involves a lot of walking. If you don't like to walk, turkey hunting's not for you.
So we set up on this turkey, and we're in a good spot, and he's talking to us quite a good bit, but just out of nowhere, it just shuts down on us. Not sure exactly what happened. That's part of hunting, but he just shut down on us, never came in. So that morning turned out to be a bust, but we did locate one good turkey, and we figured that we might could give him another shot.
When we come back, Ryan and Matt find a nice creek bottom, primed to stir up a big turkey.
Overall, after the first day, even though we had that first bust early in the morning and then we relocated and we didn't really find what we were looking for, we still found a lot of sign, and it's definitely a good terrain, so we're thinking that we're going to have a good chance here.
Zoom in. Good ways. Look just to the right of it. You don't see that brass part?
It's different.
I don't like it. I don't like it a bit.
So after day one, we ended up going out that afternoon and we was going to try to roost another turkey a few miles over in another location. It's a lot more of a swampy area, but those big toms love to get up in those areas because it's easy for them to hide. And that afternoon, we actually ended up finding one. He actually was gobbling on his way up to roost for the afternoon, so day two was looking very promising.
So we were walking around, you know, new to the area again. So we were just kind of, again, looking for the birds, trying to find out exactly where they were, walking and doing some, you know, not continuous calling, but kind of sporadic, you know, here and there, a few yelps and purrs and things like that, just trying to get something stirred up. And we got a bird to respond a couple times and kept heading to him. And we just keep doing the same thing. As long as the bird was talking, we knew we were good, and walked probably another 200 yards, calling sporadically, and then he just went quiet. So we're out walking around looking, especially in a new area. If you really don't know where the birds are, you just, like any other game, you look for sign of the game being in the area. With turkey hunting, the main thing you're gonna find is tracks.
Look, we're just looking at these tracks here. This mud. I was talking about looking for turkey tracks. But turkey, when you see these tracks, especially in really soft dirt, there'll be a little dot between where the front three come together. You'll see the little dot in the dirt or things like that. And on a big gobbler, you won't see the back toe. Like these, the turkey's back toe's not that long, but on a big gobbler, you won't see the back toe because they're so front heavy, all their weight's out forward, so their back toe never actually touches the ground, so it doesn't leave an imprint. So that's one telltale sign. You can tell if it's a gobbler track. Plus a gobbler track, the middle toe, it'll be a good deal longer than the other two as well. So that's just one little hint when you're out looking for turkeys.
So after day two's morning, after we roosted that turkey that afternoon before, and we get out there, and the turkey just decided he didn't want to come our direction, you know, we decided to go try somewhere else, and we moved over to another location a few miles over. We go over to this other piece of property, and we're walking through, and we find some good sign, and you know, it looks like it's going to be promising. So we made a pretty good walk. We walked about 2 miles back into the back and got to looking around and found an area to where it didn't look like it was touched very much. So we decided to try that, but at this moment, things are not looking very good for day three on picking up a turkey, but we're going to get out there and give it a try.
Will Ryan bag his first turkey?
Straight through there. I'm worried about him sneaking up on us. We gotta be still.
Stay tuned on Find Your Outdoors.
Because he cut me off twice.
Ryan and Matt have been chasing turkeys for 3 days in hopes of Ryan killing his first turkey. With several close calls but no luck, they set up in a nice creek bottom and try to call one in.
So day three, we get a tip to where some turkeys are going to be, so we go out and we go set up.
This creek bottom looks to be prime for a big gobbler, but Ryan's hopes are dwindling as they approach the end of their 3-day hunt.
So we finally get in there, we hear the bird gobbling. Heard him fly down and everything. We knew he was close, but turkeys, they're kind of particular. If there's any kind of natural boundary or anything between you and the bird, every now and then they'll tend to just, doesn't matter how fired up they are, they just don't want to cross it. So when we finally got this bird talking, and he was fired up, he was cutting us off when we'd call. He was shot gobbling. He shot gobbled at our fly down, and we were cutting and purring, and he was loving it and cutting us off. We knew for sure we were going to kill this bird.
Matt was on the call, I was doing the shooting, and it seemed like every time Matt hit the call, he would cut Matt off before Matt could even get a call out. This turkey was just all interested in us. He had done fell in love. And guys, when I tell you this turkey was cutting Matt off, I mean, it was almost vibrating the trees and the leaves around me. It is so loud when you're down in these bottoms and this turkey is gobbling back at you. It's almost like he's angry. The intensity and the adrenaline just kicks in like you've never felt before. And there's nothing like a turkey like that that gets your blood pumping.
I'm worried about him sneaking up on us. We gotta be still. Because he cut me off twice.
My heart was racing. And this turkey sounded like he was right on top of us. And then just all of a sudden went from every time we touch a call, he would cut it off to just nothing, as if he has done disappeared. My hopes are going down fast. We get done with this hunt, another bust, but that's all right. We got a little tip of another field that we needed to go check out. So we're gonna go check out another field that I've got in mind for an afternoon hunt. Matt wasn't able to join us. He had to take off on this afternoon hunt, but we had seen turkeys here in the past, so we were very excited to get a chance to come out there and see what we could do. I had my buddy Dax with me, and he was on the GoPro, so we're walking toward this field, and as we get a little bit closer to this field, I look up and I see two hens kind of easing their way our direction, and we have to hit the deck. I started to ease up closer to this field, and little did I know it, but those hens actually was drawing them gobblers even closer to me inside from the opposite side of this field. So we get up a little bit closer, and I realize I can't really move too much more. I'm already about roughly 75 yards or so away from this turkey, and that's kind of a little bit further of a shot than I like to take. He come on down, and next thing you knew, I peeked back up one more time just to look, and he is 35 yards from me. So I almost had to catch my breath because my adrenaline and just heart got to pumping so hard. I eased back up with the gun, and I took it off safety, squeezed off on the trigger, and down he went. And boy, I was so excited that I got up and just ran in a dead sprint to that turkey. And man, it turned out to be just an awesome feeling. That turkey ended up having 11 3/4 inch beard, which in my opinion is a great turkey for anywhere in South Mississippi.
Really hated that I couldn't make that last day, but I'm glad that Ryan was able to get that bird, and it was a really good bird that he finally did get on that last day.
After 3 days of long, hard work, Matt helping, and man, he's really good on that call. And I hate he wasn't able to be there with me on the final day when I was able to get that turkey, but it sure was a blast. It was great to finally get my first turkey.
Well, after 3 hard days of hunting turkeys, it was great to see it pay off for Ryan as he finally shot his first turkey. Now we'll head over to Lucedale, Mississippi with Steve Rouse at Southern Hunts. Steve has been running guided duck hunts on his game reserve for over 20 years, and they sure kill a lot of ducks. Last season, we joined him for a classic dog trial, but today we're back out with Steve to see what one of his guided duck shoots looks like. Let's get over to the action. Visit the FYO store now, and with every order, I'll throw in a free copy of my book, The Pass.
We enjoy coming to Southern Hunts for many reasons. Part of it is it's a great place. The camaraderie is wonderful. You're like family when you come here. The Rouses treat you so great. It's a great place for young people to learn to come shoot ducks or waterfowl, geese, because there's no pressure, and they educate you here. My husband's been coming here for probably 15 years, and our son actually shot his first duck here, and at the time he actually shot a double, and we have them mounted at home. It's like coming home when you come here because they are family, and it's a great time to be had, and we'll just keep coming back. Southern Hunts is wonderful. The tree line out there. Oh. See him right there?
So it was an awesome experience. There's a lot of action, you know. It always is when I come, and a lot of ducks in the sky, a lot of shooting going on, a lot of action, a lot of noises. I mean, it was a fun time, always is.
So basically, you know, you get kids coming here, youth, whatever, shooting, whatever. It's always a good place to come and let them learn how to shoot and enjoy the outdoor. Lord bless us with a good place here to come shoot ducks. These guys that bring their dogs in here to work their dogs, and to seeing the shooting, the dogs working and retrieving the ducks and everything, and watching some little kid kill his first duck, or 15th or 20th duck, is always just exciting to see the smile on their face. And one guy was telling me, take your son or daughter hunting, you won't be hunting your son or daughter. So I've seen that to come truth out here. And anytime we get through with a shoot or whatever, we always want to feed you to come out here and end up on a good note. And anyway, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Land management, sustainable habitats, food plots, natural resources, financing. Southern Ag Credit presents Land Talk, hosted by Alex Reiser on Find Your Outdoors TV.
Welcome to this week's edition of Land Talk, brought to you by Southern Ag Credit. I'm your host, Alex Reiser, and today we're going to head out to Pearl River County to the Why Not Ranch, where owners Jeff and Linda Coslerich are going to share their experience finding their outdoors with Southern Ag Credit.
My name is Jeff Coslerich.
And I'm Linda Coslerich.
And we're the owners of Why Not Ranch here in Gay, Mississippi. When we first were looking at a large tract of land, we didn't know where to go. And I spoke to my good friend Alex Reiser, who works for Southern Ag Credit, and boom, there you have it. Great company. Alex was hands-on, helped us through everything. I mean, we didn't really do anything. I mean, he pretty much walked us through.
Well, yeah, from start to finish, we started on a Monday or so and had an answer by Thursday. We were ready to close the following week.
Recreationally, you couldn't ask for anything better. It almost looks Midwestern to me, with the combination of Canada, with the tall timber trees and rolling hills and oak bottoms.
It's nice to be able to walk out your door and shoot 150-inch, 60-inch deer. In Pearl River County, that doesn't happen.
It's probably the most diverse piece of land in this county here, and paperwork, documents, took care of everything for us. I mean, it was pretty awesome. We couldn't ask for anything more. Southern Ag Credit and Alex Reiser have been awesome.
Anything that we needed through the whole process, it was all taken care of.
It's been a dream of ours, to have this much land, and it's pretty awesome. Thank you, Southern Ag Credit, for helping us find our outdoors.